Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Mischa Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within.
What a cool day today. That's what I'm going to tell you about. What a cool day today. I was asked to speak on a summit. So that's what I'm going to talk about. How fun is that? Well, let's get right to it. Well, first off, let me just say that I was on a Zoom meeting, and as my hair gets longer, I've officially not had a haircut for a year and a half. And so my curls are in full effect. But I was on a Zoom meeting this morning, and well, as a man never really having long hair, I never understood the amount of effort that can go into into managing said long hair. So hair ties, things like that, and really conditioning the long hair. So I've got curls and they can get super knotted up. So you've got to do some deep conditioning. Anyway, the day after can be awesome. Like the day after, day one, the next day of the deep conditioning. Oh my gosh, like full Robert Plant mode. Now I see why girls, when they've got date night or whatever, or you know, they've got a big night coming out, why it's so important that they do their hair, and why it takes time. It just takes time. It takes time in the shower, all that stuff. It's a process. It's a process. So anyway, any ladies that I've been married to and or dated over the years, I apologize for any pressure that I have put on you to speed up due to hair care scenarios. Anyhow, on to it. So Connie, what's Connie's last name? See if I can find it quick. Connie asked me to be on her summit. And what was super cool about that as well was that I've been very busy in my summit and doing these things. And so I hadn't been on many of the extra what's that word? Oh my gosh. You know, when you're extracurricular, I don't know what it is. I can't even say it. Oh my gosh, it's late. I'm so tired. Going on that summit took so much out of me. Speaking on that summit, it was the first time. I imagine once you get used to it, it's super easy. But energy-wise, extracurricular, gosh darn it. Email me. The email's in the show notes. Email how you say that. Curricular. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. I hit pause so I can look it up. Extracurricular activities. Anyhow, so I get asked to speak on the summit, and time, effort, energy, definitely tired as I record this. So I forgot why, after all that talk on extracurricular activities, I forgot why I even brought that up, but there's all these extracurricular activities available on the 2CCX coaching, opportunities to network, to learn, to grow, to bounce ideas with other people within the coaching group, other coaches, really cool times. And so I, the other day, went on one of these extracurricular activities, and someone who'd seen me on, this in this coaching group for the last year was like, "Hey, be on my summit." So I was like, "Of course I will." So that was very exciting to put myself out there a little bit, and then get like a cool opportunity to be asked to support someone's summit and to share my message. So her summit is super cool. It's Connie Macintosh, Connie, and let me find Connie and Alan Macintosh, and their summit is called the Forgiveness Summit, which I think is beautiful. And their tagline is "Getting out of your own way." So I got to speak on what inspires me to help others, how, okay, and what was the next question? So the first one, what do you feel holds people from becoming the best they can be? I got to speak to that. I don't want to take too long on this episode, and I would encourage you to log into the summit when it becomes available to hear my answers. I'm sure I'll take an episode and give my answers, but worried about, how do you help them overcome those feelings? And then a lot of time, people hold feeling resentment and blame deep inside. How could you help that person become successful in all parts of their lives? I got to speak to that, which was super fun. How great are these questions? In your opinion, how does a global crisis affect individuals? We've seen incredible successes and huge losses. How does this happen? That was fun to speak to that, both on an individual, and I touched politically on it just for fun, just for a second. And then, do you have any other advice for our audience today? So I got to answer all those. The fun part, or the other interesting thing that developed, was there's bonus rounds on these summits oftentimes, right? There's the free interviews, and then there's the upgrade bonus interviews. And she originally didn't ask me to do the bonus interview when we started, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And so it turns out I added so much value on interview 1 that she's like, "Hey, I want you to do the bonus interview." And so I got to do the bonus interview, which she called More with Mischa. And I got to go deeper on some of the strategies and tactics that I have for dealing with resentments, for, what was the thing she said about how to help others, about what do you feel holds people back from becoming the best they can be? And I went more in depth into tools and tactics for that. So that was super fun. Oh, and being my first summit, the big takeaway that I had was whenever I needed to pause and find my place in my notes or think for a minute, excuse me, I was super uncomfortable with the long pause. So I would cut a corner, or I would just skip over or forget where I was, where absolutely next time I will not be afraid of the long pause and breathing, finding my spot, finding the point I wanted to make. So I kind of rushed through that, being my first summit, in being an interviewee on my first summit. But no big deal. I feel like I was able to serve her audience and bring valuable content. And I got to earn my way into the bonus interview. And then I did miss at least one important prayer that I wanted to put on there, which super bummed me out. But so be it. I prayed, how can I be of service? What can I bring to the table? beforehand. So clearly that's what the universe wanted me to do. So anyway, there you go. Hair stories. I'm learning how to manage a big mop of hair. And I got to speak on my first summit, and there's a couple of lessons from it. Peace out.
Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.